Introducing first, the challenger in the corner to my left, from the Rat Scala in Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 195 pounds, he is your humble narrator, the king of Oyster, that's Wrestle self-proclaimed most valuable player, the Masshole, Mike McCarthy. Introducing the champion in the corner to my right, for this evening, weighing in at 196 pounds, he is the undisputed king of classic style and your Let's Wrestle champion, Classic Kalvin Strange.
Fans of Limitless Wrestling, welcome to Let's Wrestle Volume 10. It is main event time as Classic Kalvin Strange defends the Let's Wrestle Championship against the #1 contender and MVP of Let's Wrestle, the Masshole, Mike McCarthy. This is McCarthy's second shot at the Let's Wrestle Championship, and Kalvin Strange charges immediately. McCarthy ducking and sending him to the outside, and here comes the Masshole. Tope suicida to the outside. And the Masshole with the momentum right off the rip. Here in Orno, big chop to the King of Classic style. And a back chop. Blatant disrespect to the champion. And I had a feeling, there's been bad blood brewing between McCarthy and Kalvin for a long time. Not even just in Let's Wrestle, really all over the Northeast. So you had to figure these two were going to fight throughout the arena here at the American Legion Post 84. But luckily, we've got a fair fight. No Dave Dyer, no protege of Kalvin Strange ringside. That was an announcement put down by the general manager, Johnny Torres. And now what's McCarthy setting up for here? He set Kalvin Strange in the chair. Here he comes. Oh, no! Crash and burn for the Masshole, who he went crotch first into that chair, and Kalvin Strange could have just won himself the match right there by moving out of the way and being cognizant of where he was and where McCarthy was. And now Kalvin going to continue to take the fight to Masshole throughout the arena. We're heading over to Classic's merch table. And McCarthy's got a Kalvin Strange 8x10. Just chopped it into the chest of Kalvin Strange. Again, folks, this match is yet to start. The bell has yet to ring. So really, everything's legal at this point, but we're back into the ring for the moment. Kalvin Strange, though, dipping right out the backside. And now he's grabbing his championship and saying, screw this. Literally. Kalvin Strange dipping through the curtain, and is he leaving? Again, the match has yet to begin. The bell has yet to sound. But McCarthy not going to accept that as he heads to the back to go find Classic Kalvin Strange. And here we come. Kalvin Strange back to ringside again, and Mike McCarthy could be shades of a result we could see tonight as he holds up the Let's Wrestle Championship that he's currently fighting for. And Eric Greenleaf trying to regain some control. Ooh, and Kalvin Strange moving out of the way. And just whipping Mike McCarthy into the post. And just like that, McCarthy's in a bad way, and now Kalvin feels comfortable to come into the ring. Now that he's got an advantage, the bell sounds, shoulders down. Only two from referee Eric Greenleaf, and Kalvin staying on the attack. Stomps and clubs to the Masshole, who had everything going his way a couple minutes ago, but now the momentum has shifted. Classic Kalvin reining in the offense in the corner. And Masshole stops short of the buckle, kicks Kalvin right in the chin. Now he's going to light him up again. You can see, Kalvin Strange's chest, just as red as ever. Whip into the corner from McCarthy, who charges in with an elbow. And he's feeling the love from the Let's Wrestle faithful here in Orono. Whip once again, Kalvin into the buckle, but Kalvin dips out of the way just in a nick of time. And there's a neck breaker center of the ring from Kalvin Strange. Cover. Only 2. As McCarthy gets the shoulder up, and Kalvin staying right on the attack. Forearms to the back of the neck of the Masshole. And Kalvin gonna try to keep the Masshole grounded here. Picks him up, looked for a scoop slam, but Mike McCarthy slips off the back and a club to the spine. Gotta think that sends shivers up the spine into the neck of Kalvin Strange. And now McCarthy looking for the 617. But there is Kalvin Strange with a flying boot. Knocking McCarthy into next week. And just like that, Kalvin regains control of this contest. And the ground game, very apparent from Kalvin Strange. He's got the arm hooked. He's ripping at the chin of the Masshole, who's trying to get his feet under him and get back to a vertical base, which is exactly where he wants to be, in a bad position right now. Breaks the grip of Kalvin, and he's landing some elbows in the breadbasket of Strange. But there is Kalvin. Knee to the abdomen region of McCarthy and a kick to the spine once again. And Kalvin back in control. Got a grounded hammerlock on the Masshole, now reaches forward with the left arm around the neck of the Masshole. Ripping at the arm and restricting the airway at the same time, but McCarthy twisting back up. He's got a knee under him, now both feet under him. And a big chop across the chest. The already battered and bruised chest of Kalvin Strange. Head scissor down to the canvas. And McCarthy maybe looking for that Rings of Saturn style submission we've seen him win numerous matches with. And Kalvin is in a load of trouble right now. Great ring positioning from the Masshole. Kalvin, only 2, leaned back at the shoulders down. That's the exact way you have to reverse that hold, and he did. Forcing McCarthy to break, sweeps the legs from the Masshole. Feet on the ropes, and Eric Greenleaf, to his credit, catches it immediately. Good for Eric Greenleaf, keeping his eyes open. Not something that we always see from him. But in a big match position like this, he's right on the money, and he knows, and we've seen from Kalvin Strange the dirty tactics that he'll take to retain this championship. It means the world to him, and as it should. The Let's Wrestle Championship, the richest prize you can acquire in Let's Wrestle competition. Whip from Kalvin. McCarthy ducks the clothesline. Sends Kalvin into the ropes. Big club to the back. And this is prime position for a 617. Here comes McCarthy. Slides out. And big clappers to the side of the head of Kalvin Strange. Trying to cover up, but he can't. And a big palm strike from the Masshole. Now McCarthy looks like he's advancing to the top rope in the far corner. Kalvin stirring to his feet, but there's Kalvin Strange with a running uppercut to the Masshole. And what's Kalvin looking for here? Maybe trying to hook him up for a superplex. He's on the second. He's got him hooked. Here we go. Big superplex. from classic Kalvin Strange, and both men are down. I don't know who took it harder there, to be quite honest. That was a rough fall for both competitors. As Eric Greenleaf implements the count, we're at 3. As both men try to make it back to their feet. Kalvin Strange cover. Only 2. McCarthy gets the shoulder up. One more time, shoulders down. Only 2 once again. Kalvin charges once more. McCarthy catches the clothesline, maybe looking for a backslide. Now fireman's carry position. Oh, and Eric Greenleaf just gets clocked. As McCarthy does not realize that Kalvin Strange's boots connected with Eric Greenleaf. He's got the rings of Saturn. And Kalvin Strange is tapping out. We have no referee, or else we'd have a new champion right now in the Masshole Mike McCarthy, who just doesn't realize yet that the result he believes is not the truth, as Eric Greenleaf is knocked out in the corner, and now Kalvin Strange grabbing the Let's Wrestle Championship. Mike McCarthy better look out. And this is unbelievable. He levels Mike McCarthy with the Let's Wrestle Championship, now dragging the carcass of Eric Greenleaf over to Mike McCarthy. Not like this. That's 1, 2, and that's it. Unbelievable.